My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Wildfrost 1.0.6. That's right, they went and updated the game. How dare they add additional content and balance. Oh, why I ought to read out some of the most important patch notes so we understand what we're getting ourselves into here. The new leader select screen gives us the ability to select a tribe before we select a leader, so we get to choose 3 or from 3 leaders of the same tribe. They've also changed a lot of the leader effects. Hopefully that will, we'll explore that system in a little bit of time, but hopefully it leads to fewer heroes or leaders that are like garbage trash fire from hell? And maybe a couple more that are deeply interesting. There's also Sun Vault rewards. So those are after defeating a boss, instead of just immediately getting a Sun Bell and only a choice between 3, you get to choose 2 rewards from a randomized collection of Sun Bells, charms, and a crown. There's 5 different Sun Bells. All of them have different effects to the ones that we know previously. Leader health +6, enemy wave bell counter +1, recalling a companion will count down the redraw bell by 2. The Sun Bell of Fellowship now gives you 2 companions additional into your deck rather than 1, and the Sun Bell of Charge start each battle with a redraw bell fully charged. There's also a new enemy wave bell where enemy waves no longer automatically deploy, but you can call them in manually in order to set up your combos a little bit better. Crowns in shops get more expensive each time you buy one. I think that's deeply important, as it did start to feel near the end of my previous time with the game that I was kind of crown hunting. I was kind of just looking for as many crowns as possible so that I could set up something unfair on turn 0 and then just watch the game go. So while I will have a little bit more influence over that with the ability to possibly get crowns from the Sun Vault rewards after bosses, it also feels like that's going to be balanced back out a little bit with the crowns getting more expensive. Enemies also drop more blings, and kill combos give less blings. Less blings? I mean, I can only imagine rather that that'll average out. The Gnome Traveler event has changed. It now shows which cards come with junk. Only 2 of the 3 cards come with junk, but they contain cards from all tribes. So that's the ability to get some cross-tribal nutty nonsense going on. I'll be looking for as much of that as I can get here. There's a new injured companion event, getting a companion from a previous run. Positive effects have been removed from Frost Bells. What's a Frost Bell? There's some card changes, there's some unit changes. Not hugely important. The final thing I think to mention here is unit targets. When hovered over, cards active in battle now show a target of where they would attack. And it can be toggled on and off in settings. So a lot of the kind of quality of life things that I wanted to see back when I was playing the release candidate of Wildfrost, as well as a reasonably large amount of balance changes that should really change the flow state of the game. So, let's go Shademancers, because I haven't played in a long time, so I don't know what I played last. We've got Valka, Kalaz, and Ark-Us. 5 damage in Barrage on a counter of 4? That's pretty big. But let's actually check the other characters as well, just so I can get a little bit more of a grounding on what the different leader abilities are. It's possible I'm not really going to notice them for a really long period of time, because the leader abilities that will have been changed, I can only imagine, are going to be the ones that were removed, because they didn't necessarily need to be there. I mean, you know, another Barrage, restore 2 health to all allies. Wait, all allies? Not even all allies in the row, just all allies. Interesting. Snugmill. I mean, having 1 bomb, giving you the ability to trigger twice on a 3 attack at 4 speed? Oh, it's not awful. It's not awful indeed. I think I will still go with Ark-Us. And I also don't remember what name I was up to with respect to the naming of the leaders. Let me give that a very quick check. It's on this screen, right? Okay, so that would have been when I was testing this back when it was in beta. Actually, hang on. This'll tell me. This'll tell me. Oh. Okay, that's from when I was testing back in beta, I can only guess that. Cool. Well, I don't know. The answer is... Ryan. This one's gonna be named me. Okay. Snoof Bushu, Loki Sneasel, Spike, or Lorgazi. They haven't changed anything about these. Yeah, haven't changed anything about these bells. Oh, these are the frost bells, and they used to have some positive effects, if I recall correctly. Like, you know, enemies drop more blings, for instance. But I have to imagine that the benefits that these otherwise have just effectively been rolled into the base. Playing Shadowmancer. I kind of want to take Sneasel, just get a little bit of extra draw, someone to block for my leader here. I'm gonna. Let's go, Sneasel. Oh. That's a new space. Oh, no, it's not a new space. It just tells me what battle I'm about to go into. So I have the ability to curate, you know, any of my companions or deck appropriately. Obviously, there's not really much of an opportunity to do that right now, so I'll just go in. Okay. So how do I line up as many kills as possible? So realistically, that comes from getting Junjun to attack at the same speed as Ryan, as my leader. It also comes from preventing the Wild Snoof from slowing any of us down. It also comes from summoning the wave. Oh, it's a free action as well to summon the next wave. So Junjun attacks on a speed of 3, so if I want Ryan and Junjun to attack at the same speed, they're gonna have to be doing the summon for that next turn. I can't use the Tar Blade to target any of the enemies right now. Because if I do so, I'm by default just going to kill that enemy. A minimum of 4 damage and a maximum of 4 HP on the enemies here. Gosh, I kind of just want to pass the turn. I could cycle, and then that'll give me Sneasel, who will attack at the same speed as Junjun otherwise would have. Alternatively, the enemies attack first, right? Enemies would attack first. So, because of that, I think I'm gonna summon Junjun as the blocker on line 1, and they're gonna be the person who gets the Snow Strike from Wild Snoof. And then what would I do next turn? Oh, next turn I can't summon Sneasel then. So it's cycle and summon Sneasel. Alternatively, I can use a Tar Blade to just take out the Wild Snoof on turn 1, summon Junjun next turn, and then I have 2 on the 3 counter. With that, I set up a much better ability to utilize the next Wave Bell. And I also nullify the effect of those teeth. Sure. Especially because kill combos have been made less effective. I imagine this to be relatively efficient. So most of the things I summon will summon with a 2-wave counter. One assumed. Oh boy. Yeah, that didn't get a lot better. Okay, how do I kill as many of these as possible next turn? Because I don't think I'm getting that many of them. So Ryan on the top line's doing, I mean, there's 18 health on that Winter Worm. It just seems not exceptionally likely at all that I get to take that out by itself. Also, the Teeth Charm there only gave 3 teeth rather than 4 teeth, I believe is the difference. Thank heck, Teeth Charm was previously real vicious when put on enemies at the start of the game. So if I get Ryan and then Junjun to attack on the bottom line next turn, I'm capable of taking out the Goblin and the baby Snowbow. And then if I use a Tarblade this turn and next turn, I can take the Snowbow out on the top line as well. It's not great, but it does get 2 hits on the Goblin and a triple kill at the same time. Also gets us towards a free redraw. I do want to be ready to attack basically as soon as the enemies come out on the field. But I could also set up Junjun and Sneasel to attack at the same time by cycling right now and then summoning Sneasel. Seems like a good idea to me. Okay, they're probably going to summon a boss. Getting a little bit of additional health here doesn't seem like a bad idea. Okay, Winter Worm on the top line kinda just needs to be frozen. So let's start out with that. Great. I can use Sneasel on the top line to draw when the Snowbow attacks. I can use Ryan on the bottom line to take a lot of health off of the Snow Knight. Ideally, I want to try and find a way to kill all 3 of them on the same turn. That is going to get a little difficult, and we're going to have to get creative, but I think I can do it. Okay. So I can set up Ryan, Junjun, and Sneasel all attacking at the same time. Big problem is it won't be able to take out the Winter Worm, really. Like, we'd effectively create something like this. And then if I'm attacking at 2 speed, everyone's attacking at 2 speed, so's their Snowbow. $9, $15. I just don't think it's realistic, actually, for me to be able to get the Winter Worm at the same time. Okay, so if I'm only going to be able to take out 2 of them at the same time, then so be it. I wanted something else. But I'll settle for reality. Ugh. $5. Nope, still just short. Oh well. If only the Winter Worm didn't have the most additional HP it can. Alas. Oh boy. If I recall correctly, used to be pretty excited about seeing the number 99-ish around here. 1 short of the funny sex number is not going to be enough. Okay, so Frozen Traveler into Charm into Frozen Traveler, or money into an item into a Traveler. I like getting items early when I'm playing Shademancer, so that I can try and look for masks. Try and have more of a summon capability going on. Sure, let's lean into that. It's difficult not to just immediately click Shade Wisp, but let's have a think about it for a second before I click Shade Wisp. Time for the Frozen Travelers now. Trigger when an ally is sacrificed. Now, does it count? Sacrifice, killed by team. Does it count as a sacrifice if a Shade... So this is a unit that loses HP whenever it attacks, like Junjun, as previous. Does it count if that unit loses its last HP? So will Shade Wisp trigger sacrifice? Because I haven't used Groff much at all. I really like to use Groff. But in the deck right now, I have no real reason to put Groff. You know what? Let's make an aggressive choice right now. I'm going to take Groff, and I'm going to disclude you from the deck for the moment. I don't really have a way to activate them. I don't want to try and put out Shade Wisp to just see if that's possible. Dang. Can't summon a copy of Mimic. Am I okay with taking a hit from Porcupine and then Mimic? Not really. Yeah, not really. So I don't want them to have the same timer as me. I could Shade Wisp that Porcupine, but then if it's ever on that line, we'll still die. I can throw 3 Tar Blades at the Porcupine. I can obviously just throw a Tar Blade at the Mimic, but I'm trying to set up a circumstance whereby I can get 3 kills here at the same time. It looks like I might be able to get a maximum of 2 though right now. Ugh. UF. I could cycle and play Sneasel next turn. Legitimately not awful. So the Frostinger is going to give me a card by hitting Sneasel, as well as also apply 1 Frost. The Sneasel is going to be able to... I mean, honestly, if I just Blizzard Bottle the Porcupine, I can clean this up a little bit faster. Lose fewer things. Kinda want to keep Jinjin Mask until... Oh, but you're on a 4-timer and you're on a 3-timer, so it's only ever going to sync up with one of you anyway. I can start throwing Tar Blades to the north? Not an awful idea. Let's get Junjun out there. Line up its attack with Sneasel. Sneasel, you move forward. You want to be the character hit for the sake of the draw effect. If I cycle here, I'm looking for 3 Tar Blades ideally, so that I can get that Frostinger down to a total of... oh gosh, that Ice Lantern's actually contributing quite negatively here. I did get the 3rd Tar Blade. Yeah, this will be fine as a result of that. Cool. Tarblade the Frostinger in the 2nd. Oh, the Mimic. Somehow I didn't even think about the mimic. Alright, Ryan, you go to the top line. I'm gonna hit you with a Sunburst to 2, which will make you take out all 3 of the enemies. Junjun, you're gonna randomly strike either the Ice Lantern or Goblin. Please attack the Ice Lantern. Well, you win some, you didn't some. Tarblade to take that character out before they run away, as well as get a little bit more money out of them. Gotta squeeze them for all they're worth. Someone copy of an enemy on your side with 1 HP. Admittedly not exceptionally interesting to me right now. I could set up 2 kills on the top line with a Tarblade. So if Ryan strikes through, then Junjun finishes Porcupine, and Tarblade takes out the Ice Lantern on the bottom line. That's a triple. Leaving us just with the Ringer on the field, so I'll just summon someone for you to fight. Let's even give a berry to it so that it can survive. More berry. Do 5 damage this turn, 5 damage the next turn. Oh, no I'm not. Gives it the frost. Oof. It's fine. It all works out eventually. Hey, there we go. Bye-bye, Ringer. Feeling a little bit more comfortable with my 200. Sneasel, I'm sorry. I didn't think. Oh, as much as I want to go to the Charm Merchant and then a Charm afterwards, it does feel like 2 Treasure is a great opportunity for me to try and find things to sacrifice. Oh! Bebop! When destroyed, apply 4 to the attacker. That's not actually something you want to sacrifice. Oof. Blaze T, add Frenzy, but increase the counter by 1. If they don't have counter, it can't be increased, so that won't be able to give Frenzy to Groff for no reason. Slapcrackers, I mean... It's a good base for a lot of different charms. I just don't have any charms at the moment. Do I really want to take Bebop when it doesn't synergize with anything I'm doing? I'm taking a lot of big swings to try and do things, and none of them are really paying off. I'm going to take the Slapcrackers. Right now, the Slapcrackers are still okay. Kill an ally, add their damage to all allies. That's a sacrifice effect, if I've ever seen one. That'll work really well with Groff as well. Berry Blade and Azul Battle Axe for restoring HP equal to the damage dealt or applying Overburn equal to the damage dealt. Sunlight Drum for countdown reduced by 1 in Barrage. Berry Blade for a little bit of health management seems reasonable. Alright, Snail, what do you got? You got a crown, I see. Molten Dip! Tiger Skull! Okay. Crown. I crown Groff, I think. Go in the deck. Molten Dip, good. Tiger Skull also... It seems good for a sacrifice deck, it does. Is it, though? Ooh, I could get Azul's Candle afterwards. Shame I don't have any Overburn in the entire deck. Frostbloom. I mean, Frostbloom is legitimately quite good. I'm gonna take a Charm first. Apply Demonize. Doubles damage taken, counts down after taking damage. So putting this on Groff means Groff would attack for 5 and then 10. That's pretty good. That's really good. I believe I'm probably just going to throw that on Groff instantly. I believe it's so hard because I did it. I don't really want to take Tiger Skull. It feels like it's good for a defensive position that I'm not going to be in. That said, I've got Shade Wisp and Junjun. I've got 2 masks in my deck consistently summoning. I need ways to kill them. Oh, we're about to see our first boss reward. After Infinoko. They added additional units as well to these fights to change them and change the base balance. That is Mini Moko here instead of now the other one that I cannot remember the name of. It was kind of nope, it's gone. I didn't play it in a couple of months and it's all gone. All the specific terminology mind is gone. The general strategy is also gone. Sorry, was I supposed to say something calming there instead? Whoops. Sneasel being on the bottom line seems great. So I can get some additional health on my Sneasel by throwing a Berry Blade at the enemy here. It's a Porcupine on the enemy's top line as well. So Shade Wisp. Shade Wisp being something with big damage and then Skull Mist T on the summon would give damage to Groff, and then Groff would expend that damage so consistently, ridiculously. Oh, it'd be great. Alas, that is not the position I feel like I am currently in. Porcupine on the top line with the ability to frost an entire line with its barraging ability there. Starting to feel like maybe I should put a Shade Wisp up on that top line. Something for it to eat that I don't care about. Oh, well, now that changes things. I feel like I care more now. As a result of the whole Skull Mist T on the Porcupine situation. Skull Mist T on the Porcupine situation. Get him! Okay, so I could summon right now and then force Ryan to attack before the enemies with the Sunburst 2-2. Killing Porcupine and Infinoko. Or rather, splitting Infinoko, so actually it matters a lot less than a kill, that's important. Another thing I could do is just Berry Blade their Porcupine in order to get 3 more HP on Sneasel. And then just withstand this hit. I like it. Oh, but do I also want to summon the Wave Bell? Yeah. Alright. Can't be called when there's not enough space for enemies. Oh. Bugger. That sucks. Right then. What are we gonna do? We just revert to the original plan. Oi! Right, of course, Infinoko's ability is when an ally is killed, gain their damage. So that's the second time I've killed Sneasel accidentally. But don't worry, it won't be the last. Makoko, you are putting snow on characters now. That is not okay. I need to cycle and look for something for that to not occur to me. Feels like a Junjun mask would work. Okay. So if I Tiger Skull my Junjun, Groff is going to attack for 7 and then 14, for a total of 21, not enough to take out the enemy. However, Ryan will only take a total of 4 damage from Infinoko, Minimoko, and Makoko. Draw contains Slapcrackers. I don't love the setup so far. Makoko, do I want to Blizzard Bottle you? Take this slower. That leaves us with Junjun to still be able to sacrifice on a future turn. I just don't see the huge benefit of it, frankly. Makoko snowing Ryan is not great, though. I could also put Groff in front. If Groff's in front... I don't think it's possible for Groff to die as a result of this, but we'll get snowed, and then the reaction won't matter, because we'll lose the snow before the next time we actually trigger it. Yeah, like that. So now I orient these differently. And the Frostinger on the bottom line is going to take damage when it hits. One. Okay, so I've got 5 health. Incoming is lethal on board. But if I use a Berry Bell, it's not. You know, it's certainly not the best fight I've ever had. Oh boy, I feel so much value has been lost there. Blessings from the sun, though. Let's open our first Sunball. Oh, there is a crown. Draw 2 on kill. Sunbell of Charge. Start each battle with the redraw bell fully charged. There's the Flame Blade. Replace current damage with Apply Overburn. In Barrage. Interesting. I mean, applying on Overburn in Barrage is not bad. Weight Bell counter +1. Companion Luma +2. I definitely think I'm taking the crown and something else. The Pinch Charm for draw, I think putting that on Groff would give me the ability to try and continue drawing into my summons and my sacrifices. I'm going to take it. I'm not going to immediately put it on Groff, though. Okay. This is the one thing I think they definitely could have changed, but they have not, so I have to imagine it's possibly intentional. The Woolly Snail. This does define what path I have to go to very hardcore if I want to go to the final chapter. Varys, Bonnie, and Tusk. When hit, add lost HP to a random ally. There's a play here in taking Tusk. And the big reasoning for that would be because that means through Tiger Skull and Tusk, even when my summons just die, they're still useful. I'm intending to sacrifice them, but it would give me the ability to put more summons on the field without ever really feeling bad about that. But I feel like extra HP is really what I'm missing here at the moment, and Berry Sis just provides that in spades. Time for the Munka. 100% I'm going for double tar blade here. Not enough money to get the crown, unfortunately. Nunlin! Broken vase. Ooh. Oh god, there's some very strong choices of cards here. Kill an ally to apply 3 snow to all enemies in the row. That's especially useful. As much as I want the Noomlin biscuit. Can I afford to take that? The thing is, I don't have as many summons as I do kills. Like, I don't want to end up in the position where I have no summons, but I've got all these kill units, you know? I'm gonna take the Yeti Skull. I don't need damage from sacrificing. I've already got that handled through Groff. Yeah, I'm gonna be frank with you, I don't think my build is good. Quite strongly the opposite. So I think I'm gonna have to take as many advantages as I can possibly get here. Come on. Oh, we're up against Moko as well. Okay. You've got extra damage there on the bottom line, how dare you? You're attacking slower though, if I recall correctly. Okie dokie, this is what we're looking for. So I get Shade Wisp to summon a 6 HP unit, and then I can Skull Mist T that unit to death. To death, you say? Yes. That'll happen immediately as well. Like before the enemy turn. Alright, now we're all set up. All I gotta do is Jun Jun and then Yeti Skull later. Wee hee. I mean, alternatively, I can get both kills this turn by using a Slap Crack Hair. So I will. I like this. Enemy wave bell shows how many turns there are. You can hit the bell to summon them early. I like that I get these turns. Because previously, it sometimes felt like, I mean, if I'm playing a slow deck, even if I can combo everyone on that turn, I don't want to give the enemy, 3 turns of speed. Like, if I clear out all of the enemies and there's 3 left on the bell counter, the next wave immediately summoning itself is just taking a huge amount of time away from my ability to do things instead. My setup! My setup! That said, in this instance, with Ryan attacking with an 11 on Barrage, I do think I should probably hit the wave bell. I don't believe I have a super fun, unique way to try and resolve this. Dump. There's still a Tiger Skull left in my deck for sacrificing Junjun with. Don't necessarily have to use the Yeti Skull to do so. There it is. Just trying to eke out as much money as I possibly can from the goblin this turn. Well, I've got a little bit of time on my hands. Hello, Moko. So if Groff's at the front, Groff attacks for 11, and then 22, and then Ryan would also attack for 22. Not to kill Moko. But certainly ruins their day a little bit. Alternatively, I could have Groff kill both of the bottom liners and draw us a bunch of cards. Yeah, removing the units before I try and hit Moko I think is probably the appropriate thing here. Sneasel and Berry Sis are basically ready for the attacks. I have nothing I can summon. Guess I can drop a Berry Bell on the top line if I desperately wanted to. Also cycle looking for a Shade Wisp, so I'll do that. Got him. It's Tiger Skull my own Moko. For damage. Hey, we got Groff working. Woohoo! And also Sneasel isn't hit anymore. Oh, there's a Shade Sculptor. That's difficult because I need more masks, but I also need more payoff for the masks. It just doesn't balance. Especially because all of my... what do we call them? Charms? All of my charms are attached to the same character, and that character is not capable of being duplicated. Well, let's check out the treasure first. Tigress Mask. Not something I really want to sacrifice. Mega Mimic, trigger whenever an ally in the row attacks. I mean... it could trigger multiple times from Groff. Only problem is, it loses its health for doing so. I could go with Snowcake. Especially in the final fight, Snowcake is pretty helpful. I could even just run away without taking a card. I'm leaning towards Snowcake out of these. I'm not thrilled about it. And for the similar reason, I'm going to be going to the north rather than the south. Alright, Charm. Come on in, good one. I never want to talk about it. When snowed, so if you prevent the unit from actually accomplishing things, for 12 turns? Yep. Give it equal damage. So all I have to do is survive the entire game without using my damage dealer, and then my damage dealer will deal even more damage. It's... Can there be some ways to utilize the Pengu Charm? Certainly. Not saying that's impossible. It's just so narrow. I really thought that would have been one of the ones that would have been balanced. Especially because it's like a late unlock. Alas. Alright then. Throw some units out on the field. See what that does. Yeah, that's not what we want. I've got 2 abilities to kill my units, but none abilities to summon. Feel like I should probably cycle this hand looking for something better. One problem is if I use the Shade Wisp to summon a Marrow, it'll summon itself in the first space, which will then immediately be attacked by Grumble, removing my Marrow. That said, like, putting Junjun there is a great idea. I'm actually tempted to Tarblade my own Junjun here. That would cause Groff to attack 2 times on this line. If both of them go to the front line, I get to take out Marrow. If both of them go to the back line, I get to take out Grumble. If they split, each of those units is going to have a Demon Eyes on them for the future round. Cool. So on the bottom line here, Ryan is gonna take out whichever unit I hit. Honestly, don't actually love that. Letting both of these units hit Berry Sis for some extra HP on my field isn't awful. And if I put Groff on the top line and use Shade Wisp on Smog, that's all guaranteed. Even if my enemies are aimless, they'll still have to hit the... Oh, the Demon Eyes! Oops. Yes, this has happened. First things first, let's freeze you. Second thing second, if I Skull Mist T Smog, Groff will immediately attack with 10 damage to one of the enemies in this line. Marrow on the bottom line is going to make that a nightmare, though. It's better here because it kills both of the units. Worst case scenario on the bottom line, it hits Grumble and then Pawpaw, and then I lose Groff as well. I don't want to do that. Please don't do that. Thank you. In fact, that's exactly the 2 enemies I would want to hit, and it's exactly the order in which I would want to hit them. That was a bit of a gamble being taken there, surely. Certainly. Absolutely. I'm a little bit unrepentant about it, though. Okay, I can summon Junjun on the top line to take 2 damage. Goblin's attempting to run away this round. Now, if I Tarblade my own Junjun, Groff possibly kills Goblin. Worst case scenario, Groff hits Pawpaw twice, but it still doesn't kill Pawpaw. Big kill Groff, rather. Pretty much ideal. Obviously, I would have liked to hit the sprinting away enemy first. That would have been better, but I'll happily settle for this. Okay, so first things first, let's freeze more Jaw for 12 turns, completely locking them out of the game. And then I can get some additional HP on my own top line by using a Berry Blade to take out the Pawpaw before it attacks. Great! Cycle, I'm looking for unit summon, unit sacrifice. Unfortunately, no matter where I summon the Shade Wisp at the moment, it'll immediately get attacked by the Pawpaw and die. So, draw some cards with Sneasel on the bottom line seems appropriate. Here we go with the summon. Hey, there goes Smog. Now I can actually comfortably hit these enemies when I want to. Let's use Molten Dip. And then I think Sunburst 2-2. No, wait, that's fine. Wait, how do I get as many kills as possible here now? It's no longer a self-sacrifice play to do it. Unfortunately, this will end before battle phase. God, I mean, like, I can make it more complex to try and eke out a little bit of extra, and I will. I'm not happy to be doing it. Oh, I don't even want Groff to attack on the bottom line if possible. So this would be Slapcrackers on the bottom line next turn, takes out Paw Paw. And then Junjun and Ryan are enough to take out Paw Paw. Morjaw, rather, sorry. Woo! Tiny little bit of extra money there. +5. And that +5 comes in handy. Ooh, we know where we got it from. The value of each tar blade gets significantly lower when the other tar blades are not in the deck. So more than happy to remove another 2. That crown's coming with me, baby. Lemon Cape. Draw 2 on kill. 2 Demonize doesn't really super help us that much. Honestly, Lumen Vase? Double targets effects? Doesn't? Oh, draw 4 on kill, actually. Okay, never mind. That's a lot better. Summoning Fallow. It's low damage, but it's high health. It's another mask. What have I been asking for if not more masks? I'm gonna take that. And then Suncharm. Reduce counter by 1. Oh boy. Yep, that's going on, Ryan. I think that's about as good as that could have been, frankly. Do I want to remove Sneasel from the deck? The space on the board is getting a little bit more contested. My draw is already provided by Groff. If I could summon Sneasel, 95% of the time I'd prefer to summon Fallow instead. Lumen Mask, what are you doubling right now for us? You're doubling Groff immediately? Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. It's definitely summon Fallow, kill Fallow. It's just what do I do when I kill Fallow? If I do it on the top line with a Yeti Skull, I can freeze. Sure. Groff draws us a bunch of cards. Draw summon to Junjun. Not enough space to summon enemies. Ruff. I kind of want to use Molten Dip on the top line. And then Skull Mist T on Junjun next turn. So I'm gonna. Because that seems fun. I could also do that next turn. But I don't want Shroodles to be able to attack. No, I'll go for this. Split Truffle. Take out Strudels immediately. Split. Split! That's a 5 times combo right there, baby. 4 times. 4 times. I don't think you need to be frozen forever, but that minus a day, that would suit me. If I use the Sunburst 2-2, I can get Ryan to attack through on this bottom line. Before the enemies do, summoning a bunch of truffles. I'm gonna slow down the enemy backline on this one. Just trying to set up as many enemies as possible here for the kill. It's just I can only activate Groff on the top line if I also kill a unit right now. So I guess I'm ultimately doing something like this instead. Okay. Quick cycle. So if I Tiger Skull, Truffle, Groff kills 2 unit system, nothing else happens. Not great. I've put myself in a position where I actually have to act differently to how I would have preferred, alas. So 4, 4, 4, then through with a barrage. Get Groff to get these kills, drawing all these cards. Certainly were better ways to do that. Ah, no crown. Cloudberry Charm, restore 2 HP on kill. 2 HP? Kinda low, actually. Lee to get 6 extra health. Card draw +1, love that. And recalling, no, okay. Restoring health on kill is nice, but I think some additional HP on my leader so that they have the ability to survive an aimless or a barrage from the very final boss seems deeply impactful. Injured Companion! This is the new event. Is a Blunky! When deployed, gain a block and have explode 8. Sick! Of course you're welcome, Blunky. That's a great unit to sacrifice. I mean, I'll take the crown off Berry Sis and put it on Blunky. I mean, Charm Merchant where I get to make decisions, or a Blink Snail Cave where I get more resources to possibly make decisions in the future that may not even occur. K-Charm! Okay, so this could be ridiculous. Is it? Is it ridiculous? Balance charm 3/3 encounter 3. No one really wants that. Greed charm, extra damage for every 500 blings we have. But I'm removing my blings to do so. Bite box, definitely not that. Okay, so the cake charm is particularly interesting, I think, in only one instance for us here, and that would be putting on the Berry Bell for gain 6 HP in Barrage. It also has Consume, and we have a Lumen Vase, so I would have the ability to make that 12 HP in Barrage. And I will. Blunky. Oh man, I really want Berry Sis to be out on the turn that I have that. I need another crown. Yeah, Berry Sis should really be out on the field if Berry Bell's there. Because I want Lumen Vase to double Berry Bell for the 12. But I don't think that's appropriate at the moment, so instead I'm just gonna have the 6 from it. Which is, and this is true, enough. The only reason I'm not taking the Greed Charm is because I think it locks me out by money now or by money later that I want to keep for Greed from being able to take crowns. And I need another crown, as I just mentioned moments ago. Berry Sis? Groff? Boom! Give him HP! That Shade Wisp can get us a lot of HP from a crab. Let's pop out a Blunky. I think it's Shade Wisp time. Obviously, I wish I'd moved Blunky back first. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna Tiger Skull Blunky. Big reason here is Groff is gonna draw us 2 cards. Skull Miss T! We did actually manage to get it. Oh, that's so good. Because now with a Skull Miss T on the crab, I get... It's also in his line alone at the moment, so it's got 11 damage. So I'll just get Groff to kill both of these units before their turn. Absolutely. I have enough turns here that I think I can afford the Lumen Vase on Groff. Part of that is going to be summoning a Junjun for later sacrifice. Grand. I kind of want to use Slapcrackers on the top line, just remove as many of the blocks as possible. Hey! We got them all! Okay, so I'm looking to Snow Blizzard you. So how many of you can I kill at the same time is ultimately the question here. When Junjun dies, Groff will attack the crab and then gobbling, and then Ryan will just decimate the bottom line. So that should be that then. Yep, it's most of the cards in my deck. Okay, let's also, and this is one of my favorite things to do with the Shade Wisp, summon a Numbskull with 12 block. Got him. Okay. Also summon a Junjun. Let's also summon a Polite Fallow. And then, frankly, most of the rest of this is just going to be bopping. I'm pretty sure that the Numbskull will still lose, yeah, it has to lose health. And it's not an instance of damage, it's health loss. So I imagine Numbskull's going to die as soon as it attempts to attack here. Makes me feel like maybe I should sacrifice it. Turns out to be more instances of damage this way. Oh, speaking of instances of damage, let's slap crack some of your shields away. Oh, I was wondering if I was going to be locking arms to get that. Let's give you a single Tar Blade, setting up for a Yeti Skull that I'll use on Junjun, giving Groff the ability to murder. Alright. Oh no, Blunky's injured. Oh no. Oh. Dang. Gotta say, duping a card right now with a Berry Bell in the deck? Seems pretty good. Skull Mist Tea is not a bad card to dupe either. But Berry Bell is a lot of survivability, especially when we have Berry Sis. Oh no. But that would mean no crown. I can get a crown if I go to the snowy. I have to go to the woolly snail for that. God damn it! Crowns still rule everything I see. Well, okay, never mind. That makes sense, actually. Blank Mask summoned a copy of an ally. I mean, a copy of Groff would be absurd. Take a crown. I'm probably going to take the other Shade Wisp as well, frankly. Gain Hog-Headed, 7 HP. I mean, I'm not going to get any more past this point. Hog-Headed just can't be recalled, it's not. I think I could even do it with Berry Sis, because, like, duping Berry Sis wouldn't even be that bad with a Blank Mask. It'd be a really good way to get ridiculous amounts of HP on my team. So if I gave, like, Hoghead to Berry Sis, 15 HP, and then Berry Bell with the Lumen Vase is another 12 for a total of 27. And when that Berry Sis loses any of that HP, it gives it to other members on the team, and I dupe to get another Berry Sis. Not that that really affects my decision making at the moment. Gnome Traveler. All right. When destroyed, trigger all allies. Is it useful? Yeah. Is it good? Yeah. Do I want it? Of course. Sorry, was I going to say other things? I don't think any of these are good now. Shade Clay is probably the closest, but it's very slow. And I think my deck is actually better without it. Sorry, Gnome Traveler. HP! Wait, did I not put... I didn't actually put the hog-headed charm on Berry Sis. That's okay, it's not a problem. I don't think I need more damage. I do think I need more health. It might be preemptive, but I think this might end up being the best turn I get in this match to use it. So I'm gonna Molten Dip on the bottom line and still leave the line incomplete so that I can get as many hits on the Blunky on the top. I'm gonna Blizzard Bottle their Drag, slow it down a wee bit. Dalsu's a little bit of a hilarious problem up there on the top line. Ooh, if I get Ryan to attack right now with a Sunburst Barrage, I can take out the Rock Hog and thereby prevent Dalzu from the double strike on Blunky. So, if I Yeti Skull Blunky, I freeze both of these units, Groff kills Nom and Stompy, Berry Sis kills the Drag, Berry Sis kills the Drag. Or not. Maybe other units kill other things. That's fine too. Yeah, I'm gonna summon a Fallow and then Skull Mist. I guess my Berry Sis died when I killed their Blunky. I wasn't looking at the HP of that. Yep, that'll do it. Oh well. Actually? Yeah, I'll summon an additional wave. Seems great. Groff kills the bottom line, draws 2 cards for us. Got Cycle looking for summons. There they are. I mean, honestly, it should probably just be Junjun. Can just summon a Fallow on the top line. Finish the Spike Wall off in the old traditional fashion. Yeah, I'm still just looking for summons, frankly. Not ultra fast. Any which way I can get them will be will be good enough, rather. Summon the damage of Groff there. All right. Let's Lumenvar's Groff. Because we're about to go Super Saiyan. And then we Yeti Skull Fallow. Groff strikes down 2 units, draws 8 cards. Doing so helps significantly minimize the enemy force on field. Then looking for another sacrifice of some kind. Yeti Skull will do. Just you and me, Frost Guardian. It's just me, Frost Guardian. Alright. Look, I might be rusty. End of sentence. Berrysis and Blunky have both been injured by that fight, and we head our way to the heart of the storm. I'm actually going to use Hog-Headed rather than being Hog-Headed, not using Hog-Headed. Savvy? Only brings Berrysis back to basically where she was. I'm going to make a point by not using Bango Charm here. If they're collecting statistics, I want them to know. I gotta remember, or rather, I've got to be specific here because, yeah, that's the barrage, so I want to set up on the bottom line initially. I'm looking for Berrysis in the front line, then Ryan, then Groff. Because we're unmovable now. Oh boy. So I can summon 1 ally, it's Fallow. I can use that to Yeti Skull the top line. Let's Molten Dip the bottom. I mean, if I Molten Dip the Fallow, it's just giving it to the bottom anyway later. Well, do I want to Skull Mist it or Yeti Skull it? If I Yeti Skull it, I can slow down the progression of the top line. A lot, in fact. Yeah, I think that's it. And then if I use a Berry Blade to get out of this position, I can get some additional HP on the Berry Cyst before we move forward, and we get our free cycle now. So no matter where I summon, I'm going to be summoning... I'm going to be summoning directly into an enemy's hit. And I do want something to be on the top line here. Blunky's, like, pretty ideal. The big problem is that I don't have the ability... Wait, no, I do have the ability to kill Blunky! How do I just need this Guitar Blade! I'm not really going to change my fortune on the bottom line unless I use Snowcake this turn. But I'm thinking, what if I went with Blank Mask? Duping out an additional copy of Groth, and then next turn I sacrifice my Blunky. Only if Frostlancy hits the front line do I even have a problem. Well, here's the Berry Cyst. I can freeze the Frost Junker for a really long time with the Snowcake. I could also set up another unit to be able to sacrifice at a later date. I've got a Tiger Skull in my next hand, so I know that I could get Groth to attack. Okay. So if I Tiger Skull Frost Crusher, Groth on the top line is going to do 14 damage twice, and is going to take 15. Groth on the bottom line kills Frost Jailer. I could also use the Sunburst 2-2 to do this. If I did that, I just get to maintain the Tiger Skull for a later sacrifice on a unit that might be more difficult to sacrifice. Like Fallow. Or I'm just gonna lose that card to the Frost Muncher anyway. That's fine, I got a Yeti Skull. Woo, good thing I have a good backup. Okay. I mean, now I can move my units as well, so I could literally just save my main by moving them away. And I will. Let's use a Shade Wisp on the top line. And then it's a simple matter of cycle and Skull Miss T. You know what? Actually, I do want Groff to finish the fight off. So I should probably sacrifice a Groff in some way. Do I have a... Yeah, I've got a Yeti Skull to sacrifice this Groff, causing the natural, the one that's in the deck, to finish off the Frost Muncher for us. Got him! And that's the 1.0.6! A lot more decisions that I had the capability of making over the course of that time. We also got to use one of the units that I didn't get the ability... Well, did not take advantage, rather, of the ability to utilize multiple times in the previous. And in fact, I can only imagine we'll find more situations like that going into the future. But for the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game, well, that's been Wildfrost 1.0.1. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. So as the top left is a series playlist for all my content in this game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendation down below, streaming past the names of the people so eternally supporting on republic.patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays, and our brother thank you, and this episode, Abattoth. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.